Do you want a handbook that your employees will actually read? I hear it all the time, and I even see others tout that this is the goal. But my potentially polarizing view is that focusing on a handbook that your employees are going to read is misguided. It doesn't exist. And I'll tell you what you should focus on instead in just a minute. No matter what you do to make it employee friendly, to be relatable, to be dynamic, to be short and sweet, your employees are not going to read your handbook. Now, I'm sure there are some unicorns out there. I think I saw one company did it comic book style. But for the vast majority of you, focusing on creating a handbook that your employees will actually read is wasting your time, your money, and your energy, in my opinion. I do have a caveat to this. When I say your employees aren't going to read your handbook, I mean your new employee is not likely going to settle into a comfy chair with their beverage of choice all cozied up to get some good ABC company employee handbook reading time. Here's what I can tell you. The handbook will be what your employees turn to when they want to prove you're treating them poorly. It will be the first place they look to prove that you owe them something at termination. It will be where they turn to understand their paid time off benefits. And I do think they will pay attention to the history of the company and interesting perks that come with being part of that story, even if it's the part where your mission statement discusses how you're a team of high performers with high expectations. That stuff is meaningful. But the boring stuff that you're trying to avoid is what you actually need in your handbook to protect your company. Look, when I first started creating handbooks for clients, I wanted them as simple and short as possible for the same reasons you are thinking of, to make it more employee friendly. But what I have learned over the years is that it's way more effective and valuable for both the employer and the employee to have all the compliance language, the rules for employment, the expectations, all spelled out in black and white. And you want to know what's worse than having a long handbook that no one will read? Not having important policies protecting both the company and the employee rights. What's worse is inadvertently applying policies inconsistently because they're not in black and white in the handbook. What's worse is losing unemployment claims and legal charges because those policies aren't documented in the handbook. So don't make the mistake of focusing on the wrong details when it comes to your employee handbook. Make it useful, don't fill it with legal jargon and big words, but focus on policy documentation and compliance over everything else.